What's happening, guys? Matty here from DCLblogger.com. This is going to be the longer form update for today, 28th of October. So welcome. Let's get started in the NFT space. There's actually been quite a lot of development happening here, so I'm very excited to show you guys what's going on. So we had this really cool kind of tweet shared by Alex about this project called Alethea. I believe that's how I'm going to pronounce it. I hope that's how we pronounce it. Alethea AI. So it's kind of like this AI avatar that it uses deepfake technology and is an actual NFT, and you can it speaks 40 different languages. So I don't know if you can hear this. Let me put the volume up.
Mis amigos de Ethereum. Hola, soy Alex Masmeg y actualmente estoy.
Now I'm very confident that's not Alex's voice, but you know, if you put deepfake on an avatar and it can speak different languages, suddenly that opens the door for potentially, like, you know, in Decentraland, if you have an avatar that uses this technology, then suddenly you can do like, you know, Decentraland University. You can be a teacher there for different languages. So it's kind of like playing with this NFT kind of. It's also playing with, you know, AI exists, a blockchain, not even a blockchain, like a virtual world exists, and now integrating blockchain and NFTs to it, you're kind of capturing that value, which maybe you can sell as an NFT later on, right? So maybe you could have like the class session have like 20 limited edition pieces of the avatar doing like a special dance for that day or something. But regardless, just in terms of AI and what's becoming available now for whether it be a virtual world like Decentraland or crypto voxel, Somnium Space, whatever it is, or maybe just something like this. Again, it's kind of like this 1 year that I'm seeing, this kind of 2 to 3 years that have passed. And probably the next 1 or 2 years, it's going to be like this very experimental. Oh, what's this? What's happening over here? What's happening over here? And someone every now and then is going to figure out how to put this together and build something cool. And that's going to lead to innovation in that direction. So, you know, for me, it's very exciting to see this sort of stuff, AI intersect with blockchain. So very cool. I will be keeping my eyes on the project behind this. We had, let me rewind this back a little bit. Oh no, I lost it. So MetaZone, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with them, but MetaZone are kind of like this app store for Decentraland where you can buy games and stuff as eventual NFTs. And they released a preview video and maybe Bitcoin Louis. And I think some people could playtest this. And some people playtesting the concept of this game called Corona Zombies. Obviously very, very early, but you can shoot like, you know, spiders. Kind of gives me like a Duke Nukem. Very early 1990s kind of DOS computer vibe, but it's very, very cool. But it's the start of what it could be. You know, like in the next year, we're going to see a lot more of these games happen. So this is like one of the first, and I like it. Like if you scroll down, you can see like there's bosses.
That box. I don't see a spider. Oh, there it is. Dude, it's fucking massive. Holy shit.
It's Iron. I don't know if you can hear him, but yeah, you can wear your wearable, and that wearable has utility in the game. So the game is picking up that you have that NFT, I believe, and it's a sword, and you can use that sword to like slay animals. So, you know, they have their own wearable sets, and like using those wearables in these games, it's like so cool. It's like the wearables now have more value than just the appearance and the aesthetics. They have gameplay utility within Decentraland. So very cool there. What else we got here? We have Binance releasing that they're partnering up with Engine, and they're releasing 1,500 over the next week. They're giving away NFTs, Engine-based NFTs to the user base. And I see this being a trend because giveaways for Binance, and if you've seen them, like projects, when they give away stuff, they've had to shill out money from their own pocket, $10,000, $20,000, whatever it is, but they had to pay that money, and that currency is what they gave away, right? Now they're NFTs, and NFTs are free to create minus the gas fees, of course, but they're definitely not $10,000 or $20,000. So I think that exchanges like these or bigger companies, even you're going to see here, I'm going to go through it later on, but crypto, CoinMarketCap as well, I think, did some sort of a giveaway as well with Engine. Oh, wait a second, now that I think about it, makes sense because Binance owns CoinMarketCap. So, you know, they're going to start playing around with this concept of NFTs as giveaways or NFTs as something to do with their community. And it's perfect for the NFT space because not only is it giving value to these people, but the people in the NFT space, they're learning about how this NFT stuff works because they can use it in the games. So for me, it's very exciting to see that sort of stuff happen. Binance also released that you can connect your MetaMask to Binance Smart Chain. I don't know if you could have always done that or if it's a new feature. Let's kind of go through it. But basically, you can store BNB in MetaMask now using their the Binance network. And for me, when I think about it, why are they doing this? Okay, they're doing this because they see the need to integrate something with MetaMask, because the future is in these NFT projects and in these DeFi projects where MetaMask or wallets like MetaMask are the number one kind of activity enablers. So, Binance doing something with MetaMask or making some sort of compatibility gives me, like, I think about it 3 to 6 months down the track. What are they trying to do here? What are they trying to achieve? What user base are they trying to appeal to? And to me, it's like this. They want to get involved in the NFT space. They want to get involved in the DeFi space. So are they bridging the exchange itself in some way? Maybe at the moment it's MetaMask. Maybe it's the whole Binance exchange and the BNB token. Are they going to start enabling the use of BNB tokens across the NFT platform and like the DeFi platform? Because it makes sense. They're all about giving value to the BNB token, right? So for me, it's like thinking 6 months to a year ahead. Where are these big companies moving to? Because they have the money power, the team power, the resource power to push this stuff. So when something's new and on their radar, they can make things happen. So, if the money comes from BNB into the NFT space, I mean, very exciting stuff for us NFT collectors. CoinMarketCap, yeah, they're doing a similar giveaway. And I wanted to go through My Metaverse. I pulled out this is because you can see that My Metaverse, a project where I think it's a server in Engine that is connected to a server in Minecraft that's got that's enabled with Engine coins, in Engine NFTs, but they've enabled that NFT from Binance in the game. So a great way to see for people that receive this how and what you can do with that NFT, right? So it's just the gaming use case is very clear once you give someone an NFT in a game, and then you can use it in that game, and maybe you can use it in another game. Suddenly the NFT makes a lot of sense. DApp Radar released this. It's kind of like this portfolio tracker. So let's go check it out. This is not my wallet. I wish it was. It's not. It's $1 million worth of altcoins. But what I wanted to go through was this non-fungible tokens kind of valuation tracker. I don't know if this is how much money you've spent or how much it's worth. Probably not how much it's worth. I think it's more how much money has been spent. But you can see, you can kind of go through or at least do a quick summary of how much money you've spent in the space, or at least what that's worth. So, I see infrastructure like this being the next phase of the wave of the NFT space, because every wave there's something missing, right? So this wave, people came in, they saw some really cool projects. What was missing? Data to understand these projects. There was a lot of questions as to what's going on. That's why I smashed out a tutorial series. There's bloggers, there's more like people providing content for the space now. The next wave that happens, it's going to bring in hopefully millions, billions of dollars, hopefully. The infrastructure at the next stage that is going to enable it to take it further is going to be stuff like data websites like this, where we can use this and people jumping into the NFT space can quickly see which NFTs are hot, where to jump in, how to invest. Within 2 to 3 minutes, they can absorb the space instead of like jumping from here to here, taking hours to figure out and putting together information. So data websites are just so insanely important. I'm working on some as well, but I think they're going to enable the next phase for us. Jon Noorlander, a Swedish artist, is quite popular on Instagram, and he makes kind of 3D art like this. But he is the next choice for meme. I think they must have collaborated or got in touch somehow. But they're the next meme drop. So if you go to Don't Buy Meme, you can see that these are the NFTs that you can stake to get. So again, like if you own the meme token, you can stake it, which pretty much means you're locking it up for X amount of days. And it's staked here. I really like this. I have to point out that I love that. I really love that this piece of art. I know it's the least rarest. Like this is really rare. At only 10, it's like a legendary or whatever you want to call it. But that's my thing, man. I really need that piece. It's like the sickest piece I have. It's just one of those things where I just want it. Okay, I want that piece. And I think it's going to be the first to go. But yeah, artists like Jon Noorlander and previously Sven and you know, and Vans, they've started to come in now, and they're being the artists that people are locking up their token to claim the art from. And I think it's transitioning the meme project to something more sustainable. And, you know, artists also making memes and kind of like bringing some humor to their art, I think it'll be a thing if the meme brand can become a thing. The meme brand can become strong and very community driven, and maybe 50,000, 100,000 people running after these meme NFTs, then the artists get value from exposure, and the meme people get value from collecting these, you know, artist inspired, drawn pieces of art. So I think it's really awesome. I've also seen that they have started to have a minting fee in Ethereum, so 0.1 ETH to mint this, 1 ETH to mint this. So what's that? 10 plus 10, 20 Ethereum they're going to get from this drop. And I think it's a split to the foundation team and a split to the artist. Because previously there was no way to pay the artist. I think it was just the auction for the one-to-one piece that goes to the artist. This way the artist gets paid pretty much a guaranteed like 10 Ethereum from their drop. So I love it. I love the idea. For me, the problem with meme was, how are you going to sustain development for the next year and a half? Because not only do you need development money for, you know, implementing your plans, you need experimental burn money. And what that means is you need money to kind of experiment on this and that, and like throw money at this partnership and that partnership. And this is like burner money, right? You expect an ROI from one of these many initiatives, but you try 10 to 15 of them. Maybe one like catches on and you realize, oh, wait a second, we need to double down on this, and you continue with that. So at the start of like a company business career, or a project finalizing and formalizing, you need to have this kind of this burner money that's a kind of experimental money. And the intention is just to not burn it and not do anything with it, but use it in experimental initiatives. So you know, that's really important for me. The longevity of this project does depend on money coming in to do stuff like that. Very cool to see, very cool to see. So OpenSea as well, and I think we're coming to the end of this video, but OpenSea as well released this top 10 sales of the week report, which looks like they're going to do it every week, which is great for me, because you know, I love top 10 sales. I love where's the money coming in and where is it going. And for me, it's always been about who's consistently taking the lion's share of the top sales, and who's doing that for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Holy crap, if they're doing it for 3 years straight, then there's something really important there. They've got something special that's beyond just the hype, because the NFT space is a lot about hype projects. People run from this project, they collect all the early NFTs, and they get bored of it because the project has nothing more to offer apart from just early NFTs, and then people run to the next hot thing, right? So if a project can sustain interest for a year, 2 years, 3 years, then it's something where an investor like me will be like, all right, well, maybe I can pick up some really early pieces, not art related, but you know, some early NFTs, some game items that are kind of considered early Genesis. Maybe I can get in at a good price and just hold them, because it looks like there's some longevity here. 10 years, 15 years, if these guys exist, then definitely these early pieces will be worth a lot more money. So going through it very briefly, but Axie Infinity, there's a couple of, I believe these were triple mystics that was sold at 200 ETH a piece, $80,000 for these pieces. Some meme cards, this was sold for 80 ETH, 75 ETH for the Andre Legendary. A Neymar card, soccer for So Rare. I know that they're currently in auction. I think it's a reverse Dutch auction that's happening. So this one sold for 74 Ethereum. And some Hackatow pieces, and Dharma Dragon. So some super rare art, and you know, it's the usual suspects. It's the usual suspects that has happened here. I usually see super rare trend, I see Axie Infinity trend, and you can probably figure out why and how I make my moves, right? I watch the top sales, I see who's selling there consistently for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then after 3 to 4 months, I'm like, all right, well, I have to look at this. For example, with super rare, I wasn't early with super rare. Super rare had existed for 2 years before I got in. I only got in like 2 to 3 months ago. But I got in when I saw that they've been trending at the top for a year plus. So for me, I'm a very patient investor. I'm very long-term. I've transitioned into a long-term acquisition investor where I want to see value 2 to 3 years down the track. Because if this space becomes big, and I've noticed it, like with CryptoPunks, you could have got those for free. You could have bought those for 0.3 Ethereum. But if you held for the 3 years where they started to pop off, 2 months ago, you could have been sitting on like a $50,000, $100,000. I don't know if they went for that much, but you could have made a lot more money selling it then than selling it early on, trading it, right? So for me, it's like there's early acquisitions in projects that are going to be something in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, ideally. They're the ones that are going to do well. So that's how I invest, or that's part of my investment strategy. Another part of it is the short-term gains, and that's kind of, I don't look for hype phases, but I look for something that has a ton of volume, where maybe there's some trade volatility, but there's also pieces where if things go sour and I am stuck with these assets, there is that longevity that will pay off somewhere down the track. So I think I put a post on Twitter about that. And that's about it. Although I had, and this wasn't part of the plan, but maybe I can quickly go through this because it was a tweet that did blow up and I wanted to cover that really, really briefly. There's a tweet that I made saying that new artists, completely my opinion, absolutely my opinion, but new artists are making a huge mistake, minting their whole portfolio at once, hundreds of pieces at one each with no collector demand. And I think why I made this piece is because I saw a lot of people and wanted me to check out their portfolio. They had great art, right? And I'm an investor, and there's other people that are collectors. I'm somewhere in between. They're probably more skewed toward the investor, where I put my money in and I expect a return. It's some time. But collectors, they just buy whatever they want because they want to, right? And they're probably loaded with cash and they can do that. And that's, that's another part of the demand for this space. But I know that people, and it's been confirmed, and if you read the comments, it's really good to read all of these comments and opinions from investors and stuff, that investors, collectors, and artists, where they've said, especially artists have said that, it's changed for them when they've, instead of having like hundreds of supply for their pieces, they've kind of done a lot more effortful pieces and just made them a 1 of 1 or a 1 of 10 at a cheap price to kind of get those collector interest, and that's what they've seen sell. Again, I don't want to put words in artists' mouths, so I do encourage you guys to watch, read all this, because it is important. If you're an artist, I think it is a make or break if you jump onto, for example, Beeple, right? Beeple has 1.7 million fans, but he's been doing art pieces every day for like 13 years. So what's that? 2,000 pieces. If he just throws all 2,000 pieces on, they're probably going to go for like, well, Beeple is an exception because he's just a really popular artist, but if anyone did that without that much of a social following or that much of a collective following, and they just put out like 1,000 pieces, they're probably not going to sell many. But if they put out only one piece, and every now and then they put another piece, and then slowly the demand grows, and then they start putting 3 to 4 pieces as there's more collectors fighting for these pieces, that's when it makes sense. And I think it's very, very important at the start of the career, because it sets off you on the right trajectory. So I don't know the exact formula to make that work perfectly. I do encourage everyone to read this, if you're an artist especially, and make up your own mind. So that's it, guys, for this video. I'm trying to keep it short, so I'll see you guys in the next one.